Namaste, coders. Welcome to at Code Trade Academy. Today, we're going to talk about something that's going to change the way you think about coding: loops. Yes, you heard that right. Loops are like the ultimate time savers in the coding world. Imagine you're making a cup of chai, and you need to add sugar. Stir it, and then repeat the process 5 times. You wouldn't want to write a separate line of code for each repetition, would you? That's where loops come in. They help you automate repetitive. So, let's start with the basics. A loop is a sequence of instructions that is repeated for a specified number of times. It's like a recipe. You have a list of ingredients, and you follow a set of steps to make the dish. In coding, we have different types of loops, such as for loops, while loops, and do-while loops. Each type of loop has its own unique characteristics and use cases. For example, a for loop is perfect when you know the exact number of times you want to repeat a task. On the other, now that we've covered the basics, let's dive deeper into the world of loops. One of the most important things to understand is the concept of iteration. Iteration is the process of repeating a set of instructions over and over again. In a loop, you have a loop body, which is the code that gets executed repeatedly. You also have a loop condition, which determines when the loop should stop. It's like a game of cricket. You have a bowler, a batsman, and a set of rules that determine when the game. Okay, coders, it's time to see loops in action. Let's say we want to print the numbers from 1 to 10 using a loop. We can use a for loop to achieve this. Here's an example. For int I equals 1, I less than equals 10, I plus plus, console.log, I, closing curly bracket. In this code, we're using a for loop to iterate over the numbers from 1 to 10 and print each number to the console. We can also use a while loop to achieve the same result. For example, let I equals 1, while I less than equals 10, console.log, I plus plus, closing curly bracket. Both of these examples demonstrate the. Now that you've seen loops in action, it's time to take your skills to the next level. Here are some pro tips to keep in mind when working with loops. First, always choose the right type of loop for the job. Second, make sure to initialize your loop variables correctly. Third, use loop conditions to avoid infinite loops. And finally, keep your loop bodies simple and concise. For example, let's say we want to calculate the sum of all numbers from 1 to 10 using a loop. We can use a for loop to ACH. And that's it, coders. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial on loops and have learned something new today. Remember, practice makes perfect, so be sure to practice working with loops and take your coding skills to the next level. Don't forget to like and subscribe to at Code Trade Academy for more coding tutorials and tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.